Well, they're just starting to block off West Street. A lot of these orange people knocking about and signs here and everywhere, so it's going to be a bit more confusion this week. Exactly what they're doing and why they're doing it, I don't know yet. Another shop closes down. It's like Hightown. And we've still got what I've been calling a big drill, but it's actually a CFA piling rig on site. So basically, it drills. That's the correct name for it. And if we can see here, what it does is drill a hole and they fill it full of concrete and metal, and then they put these bolts on the top. That's just what they did in the Queen's Park, and then they come along with the steels and they should fit on there and bolt down. It didn't work exactly on the park because you got to be within a couple of millimetres to get it right. There's plenty going on, so we got the big rig there, lots of men walking about, cleaning up the mud off the roads. So once we finished all this drilling and got the bolts in the right place, we should expect to see some steel coming on site. There's a digger over the back there. Getting rid of all the rubbish. Must be millions of tons of the hardcore still. The Flag Lane, once again, it's now BT's turn to come and dig the place up and mess about. And apparently that's holding the road up, so until BT have come and messed and finished the job, then the road can't start. Well, the old Beachmere site has now been rebuilt. Got our favourite crushy machine, because they have been thumping concrete for God knows how long. See the thing that thump wakes everybody up. And we all know the crushy machine from uptown. Unfortunately, it's one of these sites you can't see a lot because they put these stupid boards everywhere. Morrison's roundabout, and we've got this unique Viper CCTV that's stuck on the corner, getting its power from some. The destruction on the island is absolutely astronomical. You can't see half these trees surviving. These transient cars at the moment. Offices to let here. It's where the Crewe Town Council hang out. History lesson today. If you remember, going back in the 60s, this used to be the job centre. And you used to have cards. And you go and pick a card, whatever job it is, with a number. And back in them days, if you were out of work, you'd probably get 4 jobs in a day. So everybody was just crying out for it. And around the corner, this Albert's Corner as it is now, used to be the dole office. And back in the day, 60s, you signed on, you went round and they gave you cash. And then they did a bit of a fiddle, because they then started issuing cheques by post. So I typically get paid on a Thursday. But then when that came out, I didn't get the cheque till the Saturday, so I lost 2 days' pay. Well, the thing was, in those days, it was quite sort of profitable to go on the dole, because you got earnings related. You also got your council tax paid. And if you're out for any length of time, you then get your tax back. So it wasn't so much of a bad thing in those days. Lots of new things going on. The cement mixer here being loaded onto a lorry. Quite why, I don't know. The old drill now seems to be folded up and job done for the time being. One or two dozers about. So they've got these concrete in with the bolts on the top, so it should be a matter now of the steel's coming in, putting them in and bolting them in. We did see this in the park and found out very often it didn't quite work, it was in the wrong spot. Oh, they've got a nice lake. They've got a bulldozer building a castle. Well, you never seem to see any actual progress. Well, they're making a right mess on the muddy way. Playing with the fancy bit of kit here where we can record two videos at once. A lot of trees have now been totally destroyed. Yeah, from around the other side you can see the, we could if this log didn't get in the way. How deep they've gone. They've been digging for like 2 or 3 weeks. So I thought they've done with digging and just getting the pipe in now. They're getting lots of work down the other side. They were supposed to get sort of 2 lengths by Tuesday. But, certainly turning out a big job. Lots of new things going on. The cement mixer here being loaded onto a lorry. Quite why, I don't know. But, the old drill now seems to be folded up and job done for the time being. One or two dozers about. So they've got these concrete in with the bolts on the top, so it should be a matter now of the steel's coming in, putting them in and bolting them in. We did see this in the park and found out very often it didn't quite work, it was in the wrong spot. Oh, they've got a nice lake. They've got a bulldozer building a castle. Well, you never seem to see any actual progress. Now, Flag Lane is still not finished. They're digging up the road yet again. It's just the 3rd or the 4th time the same bit of road has been dug up. So they can't start the road until these lot are finished. So why they couldn't have all done it at once instead of digging it up 3 times is beyond me. Just looking at all the plants they put in by the bus station and the trees, can't really see any signs of life. The plants that are, some are sort of happy and some are looking dead. Well, truly, can't get my teeth out, it's truly scrumptious. I thought they'd just had one window broke, but now they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 windows broke. They've had to close down, so and there's been more vandalism. But we saw last week that the telephone box by the library had been smashed up. really taking this out. You can't see on the bus station right over the other side, but there's tons and tons of bricks ready to go in right over the other side of the road. Lots of workers and lots of concrete going in. Got concrete mixers probably stuck by now. There's all sorts of people and all sorts of concrete going in, so these will be the footings presumably. A bit further down we can now see that the drill has gone. I'll give it its correct name. We've got the concrete mixer there, the one it doesn't get stuck. We've got dump truck, we've got diggers, another digger over there. Got a man here playing football. So there's a lot going on site. We've got all these red pipes for something. At least we can see things are happening, we're just not sure what they are. Just looking around the town, there's one thing you don't see. You can tell what it is. Nowhere is there any telegraph poles. And nobody's been digging the streets up, so people that want the high-speed full fibre broadband is likely to be the town. There's no Zoom or BT or anybody else digging it up. And how do they get it if there's no telegraph poles? Good question. It's certainly looking very spring-like with all the blossom out in town. The flower beds all coming up quite well. Well, outside the Lyceum, and there's lots of more things come up. There's nice pipes there. There's like a row round. So they do seem very good at getting the cobbles up. We're beginning to see slowly what we're getting. That area is, it's not out by this green stuff. Somewhere there where the stage is going to go. So we can see progress. We're just setting up inside the market for Saturday's show. Inside the market, we've got a new all sorts of nice stuff. It's just opening, so there's a lot more stuff to come. So come and have a look what they're giving away. Bentley have got 1, 2, 3 massive cranes on site. You can see the buildings now sort of taking shape. And they are very big cranes. Timbrel Avenue in Zoom, normally go off the telegraph pole, but down Timbrel Avenue they're digging really great trenches, like Lila Knack used to.